This video provides a brief review of how to evaluate expressions and formulas. Expressions and formulas typically involve a variable, and if you're evaluating one, you're substituting a number in place of the variable. So in this first example, it says evaluate 5 minus 3 halves x if x equals 6. So what I'm going to do is take this value of 6 right here and put it in right where this variable is. So I'm going to have 5 minus 3 halves times 6. And once you substitute the value in, the only thing you have to be careful about is following order of operations. In this case, I've got subtraction and multiplication, so I want to make sure that I do my multiplication first. And remember, when you're multiplying a fraction times a whole number, you can think of that whole number as being over 1. So this is the same as 5 minus 3 over 2 times 6 over 1. 2 and 6 have a common factor of 2. 2 divides into 6 3 times. So this is 5 minus 3 over 1 times 3 over 1. That's 9 over 1, or just 9. And 5 minus 9 is negative 4. Now the second example has an m as well as an m squared, so we're going to have to put the value in two different places. And in this particular case, the value that I'm substituting in is a negative. So I need to be really careful when I put that in here and here. It's actually going to go in parentheses. So I'm going to do 4 minus 2 parentheses negative 3 plus parentheses negative 3 squared. And the reason that matters is that when you have an exponent here like this 2 and you're applying it to a negative base, that becomes positive. So following my order of operations says I do exponents first, so I'm going to leave this 4 minus 2 times negative 3 plus negative 3 squared means negative 3 times negative 3, that's 9. Now I'm going to do my multiplication. 4, I'm thinking of this as negative 2 times negative 3, so that's plus 6, plus 9, that's 19. Okay, example 3. 6 plus 3 times the quantity a minus 4 if a is negative 1. So I'm taking this negative 1 right here and I'm putting it in where the a is. 6 plus 3 times the quantity negative 1 minus 4. At this point, following order of operations, again, do what's inside the parentheses first. That's 6 plus 3 times negative 5. Next, I do my multiplication. That's 6 plus negative 15. And 6 plus negative 15 is negative 9. All right, 2 more examples. Number 4 has negative x squared over 2 plus 3 times the square root of x if x is 4. So this 4 is going to go right here in the base as well as underneath the square root. So I have negative 4 squared over 2 plus 3 times the square root of 4. Again, order of operations is key. I'm going to do my exponents, and roots actually have the same priority as exponents. This negative here is not part of the exponent. That's just a coefficient in front. So this is going to be negative 16 over 2 plus 3 times, this means times, square root of 4 is 2. Now I do my multiplication and division. So this division is negative 8. This multiplication here is 6, and negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2. Okay, the last one here involves some decimals, but it's the exact same idea. 1.8 goes in here. This is 8.2 minus 3.5 times 1.8. If you're doing this by hand, you want to do the 3.5 times 1.8 first. If you're doing it on the calculator, you still want to do the 3.5 times 1.8 first. When you put that in a calculator, the value of 3.5 times 1.8 is 6.3. 8.2 minus 6.3 is 1.9, or 1 9/10. That's a quick review of evaluating expressions.